Good evening. Welcome back to another EmoNews Nightly Package. Today is January 15th, 2026, and I am your presenter, Anna Benjamin. In the headlines this evening, TK International and the Department of Social Services sponsor teenage pageant contestant Marina John Baptist. 47 teachers certified in first aid and CPR through Ministry Israel partnership. St. Lucia firm secures EC 102.8 million contract to build Montserrat's new national hospital. St. Kitts and Nevis breaks ground on Prime Creative Arts Center. And ICE officers in Minneapolis shoot Venezuelan man in the leg. These stories and more coming up.
Blast game in prisons. It's biggest job whatever. Blast mystery progressive. I'm so excited. I can't hide it. The new blast up and rising. And I like it. It going up and up and up and up and up. Blast up and up and up and up and up and up.
Play selected games to win in the Blast Mystery Progressive. Pick until you match 3 gems and win one of the 5 cash jackpots. Or you can blast up with the Mystery Progressive jackpot.
It going up and up and up and up and up. Blast up and up and up. Blast gaming.
And to begin, the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training and National Excellence, in collaboration with Israel, successfully certified 47 primary and secondary school teachers in first aid, CPR, and AED use during a 2-day training program held on January 8th to the 9th, 2026. The initiative, facilitated by instructors from the Dominica Fire and Ambulance Services, aimed to strengthen schools' capacity to respond to medical emergencies and enhance overall safety for students and staff. Participants received certification through the St. John Association of St. Lucia. Robert Geist, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, emphasized the long-term benefits. This initiative aligns with our national priorities for building a safer, more resilient education system. The Cabinet Secretariat will also provide first aid kits, fire extinguishers, and PPE to schools and TVET teachers. Winella Francis, Senior Program Officer at Israel, added, increasing the number of trained staff directly contributes to school safety and emergency preparedness. First aid and CPR are life-saving skills, she said. The ministry plans to train an additional 50 teachers by the end of January 2026 and another 50 during the summer, ensuring more educators are equipped to handle emergencies. This program highlights a sustainable, locally led approach to disaster preparedness with trainers developed through Israel and the Office of Disaster Management's 2025 capacity building programs. Israel, an international humanitarian organization founded in 2001, has been active in Dominica since 2017, providing emergency response and long-term development support. And in other local news, the Department of Social Services has announced its sponsorship of teenage pageant contestant Marina John Baptist, who will be representing Operation Youthquake, an organization supported by the department. In collaboration with co-sponsor TK International, the department hosted a special ceremony in honor of the contestant today, Thursday, at the Department of Social Services office. Speaking at the launch, TK International Band Manager Jeffrey Joseph said the company is pleased to partner in sponsoring the teenage pageant contestant and extended best wishes to Marina as she prepares for the competition.
I say that it is a pleasure to be here this morning representing Triple Q Band. This actually is a process that we have shied away from for many years. Probably those of you who have been following the band over the years would have recognized, earlier periods. There will be a lot of presentation in terms of charity sponsorship and so on that we would have engaged in. But over the years, we have decided that, we rather make our presentations private. This was a decision that was taken by the band. But after hearing, of Miss Marina's journey, I think it was a fitting moment for us to publicize our support for her along this journey. I think it's also an opportunity for us to showcase to the rest of the world, or people who may be going through circumstances, that they will recognize that no matter what it is that they may have been going through, that there's always a future, that there's always a silver lining at the end of it, that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that we supporting this journey is supporting the dream, supporting the future, and trying to put or cast aside what has happened already. And we're very, very proud to be associated with Miss Marina this morning and for this pageant 2026.
Raymond Lawrence also delivered brief remarks commending Triple K International for coming on board in support of the initiative.
Especially encouraging the youth and the young ladies like Marina. This year, this is our 47th edition of the teen pageant, so we've been doing it now for 47 years. Of course, we thank the sponsors, are very key, very important, because in supporting the contestants, you're supporting the teen pageant as a whole and making it possible for us to be able to stage the show year after year. So we commend Triple K, the sponsors who have come forward to support Marina, G-Rex and Project Services, and the National Cooperative Credit Union.
In more Carnival-related news, the Portsmouth 2026 official opening ceremony and media launch was held last evening, marking the start of this year's Carnival celebrations in the city. At the launch, Mayor Kerry Brady Prince highlighted the benefits of Portsmouth for the town of Portsmouth.
Tonight marks the official launch of Portsmouth 2026, a celebration that reflects the very soul of Portsmouth, our culture, our creativity, our resilience, and our joy. I commend the Portsmouth Action Committee for their dedication, vision, and commitment to collaboration. This moment signals more than a start of the Carnival season in Portsmouth. It also represents a collective pride and shared purpose as a community. Carnival in Portsmouth is far more than music, far more than costumes, far more than revelry. It is a powerful economic engine, a platform for local talent, a source of opportunity for our small businesses, vendors, designers, and service providers alike. Portsmouth brings energy to our town.
She further announced that the town council has purchased a fully equipped entertainment zone for the town. She also pledged a $12,000 contribution to support the carnival and called for a peaceful celebration this season.
So in recognition of this, I am pleased to announce that the Portsmouth Town Council, through the facilitation of funds of the Office of the Prime Minister and the Parliamentary Representative, Honorable Finella Wenham Shepherd, has recently completed the purchase of a fully equipped entertainment zone for events and activities across our town. This investment includes tables, cocktail tables, approximately 700 feet of fencing, stage, professional lighting, tents, and more, intended to improve the quality, organization, and safety and overall experience of entertainment activities in Portsmouth. Sadly, it won't get here in time for Carnival, but definitely throughout the rest of the year and thereafter it will be available for the use in the town. Additionally, the Portsmouth Town Council is proud to pledge a financial contribution of $12,000 towards Portsmouth 2026, reaffirming our strong commitment to culture, community development, and a vibrant yet well-managed Carnival season. As mayor, I want to be clear and resolute. Portsmouth is and must always remain a place of peace. Our town is known for its hospitality, unity, and strong community spirit. And Carnival is an expression of who we are. We are Portsmouth. But it must be celebrated in an atmosphere of respect, responsibility, and safety.
Meanwhile, the Honorable Finella Wenham Shepherd, parliamentary representative, praised the work of the Carnival Committee and emphasized the broader benefits of Portsmouth for the community.
I want to celebrate and truly recognize today's organizers, the Portsmouth Action Committee, local groups, bands, performers, small vendors, volunteers, and every individual who has contributed to making this event possible. And this goes beyond the launch. I want to recognize you for each activity that will happen. Your dedication ensures that Carnival is not just hosted here in Portsmouth, but that it thrives. It will be a joy to see our youth, our elders, our masqueraders, our dancers, and our musicians sharing in this vibrant celebration together. The government is aware that more than just the music and dancing, Carnival also brings economic opportunities for our artisans, our caterers, our costume designers, our performers, our business owners, and many others who earn a living through the creativity and culture we showcase.
Carnival Committee member Royet Kazimi outlined key activities for Portsmouth 2026.
This year Portsmouth Carnival will have 4 editions of BMWs. We have one on the 23rd and the 30th of January, and on the 6th and the 13th of February. These BMWs is a weekly pre-carnival line with music, dance, and drinks featuring local DJs and community. Bonfire, Sensei, Lapo Cabuit, Mystic Masqueraders, always on board, to name a few. And on Saturday, 24th of January, we will be bringing them for the first time in, I would say, a decade, maybe even more, the Stardom Calypso tent. And this will be at the Indian River Lot. Live Calypso performances from rising stars and seasonal artists, both from Portsmouth and from the Stardom Calypso tent. On February 7th, we have Glow As You Go. And Mr. Nabi Wallis from the Aspirers Club will be giving us a little bit more on that as well. On the 8th of February, we will be having our business t-shirt mass. Local businesses from the north will be showcasing their business t-shirt, their business float, whatever they have to promote within the town of Portsmouth. Portsmouth town mass cannot be successful without our business t-shirt bags. On the 13th and 14th, we have a BMW again. So on the 13th of February, we will be having our Freaky Friday parade. And this is in collaboration with the schools in the north. This parade will start from 10 a.m. and will continue until 12 p.m. and it will be taking also the Portsmouth parade route.
Several entertainment groups, including Signal Band, First Serenade, Reading Knockers, and others, officially signed their contracts in partnership with the Posse in Action Committee, cementing their participation in this year's festivities. And finally, in local news, at the Mass Dominic 2026 press conference, Michelle Joseph, marketing manager of National Bank of Dominica, shared remarks on the bank's role in supporting local initiatives. She highlighted NBD's partnerships with community groups, noting that the collaboration goes beyond the traditional sponsorship and reflects the bank's commitment to making life easier for its customers.
We're here to represent NBD, which has proudly supported for many years. Carnival in Dominica is more than a season on the calendar. It is a feeling, it is a memory, It is movement, and it is the heartbeat of our culture. From the rhythms of the drums to the I thank yous, to the color of the costumes, to the creativity of our people, Mass Dominique is a powerful expression of who we are as a nation. As a long-term partner of the Discover Dominica Authority, Carnival is important to us at NBD because it represents everything we believe in: community, culture, creativity, and of course, economic empowerment. This year, we have proudly partnered with several groups and organizations in the presentation of various Carnival activities, including pageantry, calypso, and special events such as Prime Breakfast and Opulence. We are especially proud of the NBD Flag Wavers Troupe, which year after year provides approximately 100 young girls with the opportunity to showcase their talent through creative dance. Initiatives like this are at the heart of Carnival. They celebrate youth, talent, and community spirit. Carnival creates opportunity. It supports our designers, musicians, band leaders, vendors, technicians, nail artists, barbers, hairdressers, makeup artists, you name it.
Joseph also advised customers to stay vigilant against scams, emphasizing the importance of financial safety.
We remind everyone to remain vigilant and secure. Unfortunately, we continue to see an increase in scams, with fraudsters sending messages and even making phone calls pretending to be from banks and other financial institutions. The National Bank of Dominica Limited will never ask you for your personal banking information via text or unsolicited calls. And this includes your full card details, including your CVV number at the back. And if you feel something is suspicious, we want you to pause, verify, and contact the bank at our various mediums, whether it be by phone call at 255-2300 or contact us at customersupport@nbd.dm.
DJ MJ, one of the artists performing at Sunrise, also addressed attendees, promising an exciting and memorable event for all participants.
Friday, 13th February, we outside, we in the stadium, and we're not in the forecourt anymore. We are not in the forecourt anymore. We are going to be a mini Creole festival for this year's 2026 Sunrise Dominica. And DJ MJ, alongside my band and MV on the keys, we have a full package waiting for you. As you saw, we opened Carnival this last week Saturday, and it was my first time actually on the road. Not first time on the road in Dominica, but it's my first time actually with a full live band on the road, and everybody was just, excited and just enjoying the vibe, enjoying the music. I didn't hear of any incident. If it did happen, I don't know about it. But first and foremost, I should have started with this. Let's just have a safe Carnival 2026.
And that's all in local news. We'll be right back with regional news.
We're at the different phases in life. We move at a different pace. All we need is to be supported. Cause when the baby's coming, business needs revamping, the new job starting, and you need an outfit. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up. The wedding's planning, rent due dates coming. Momentum is your support financing. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up.
And regionally, a St. Lucia-based construction company, Construction and Industrial Equipment, has signed an EC $102.8 million contract to construct Montserrat's new National Hospital, securing the tender ahead of ADS construction of Dominica. The contract was signed on January 24th at the E. Canny Osborne Building in Little Bay, marking the start of Phase 3 of the hospital development. Following mobilization in March, construction is expected to begin in April and will take approximately 2 years to complete. The 75,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility will provide a full range of medical services, including diagnostics and treatment, pharmacy, operating theater, birthing center, laboratory, mortuary, patient wards, administrative offices, and support facilities, along with 63 parking spaces. The Ministry of Health and Social Services has assured the public that construction will be carefully coordinated to minimize disruption to hospital services. The project is funded by the UK Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office and the Governor's Office in Montserrat. And finally, in regional news, St. Kitts and Nevis has officially broken ground on the long-awaited Creative Arts Center, with a ceremony held on Friday, January 9, 2025. Minister of Creative Economy, Samal Duggins, described the project as a major milestone for the nation, stating that the facility will serve as a permanent home for creatives and is expected to become the largest creative hub in the Eastern Caribbean. The event was attended by Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, Deputy Prime Minister Jeffrey Handley, Senior Minister Dr. Denzel Douglas, Governor General Dame Marcella Liebert, and other government officials. The Prime Creative Arts Center is being funded through the public benefit option of the Citizenship by Investment Program. CIU Chair Calvin St. Just said, "The project represents belief in creativity as a powerful economic force and an investment in national development." Prime Minister Drew noted that the center reflects the government's commitment to responsible investment, transparency, and long-term national benefit, adding that the project will create opportunities for employment, innovation, and cultural expression as part of the country's broader economic diversification strategy. And that's it for regional news. We'll be right back with international news. And internationally, the Trump administration has announced an indefinite suspension of immigrant visa processing for nationals of 75 countries, a move that further restricts legal pathways into the United States. The measure is set to take effect on January 21st, although officials have not yet released the full list of affected countries. According to the U.S. State Department, the decision is aimed at preventing abuse of the immigration system by individuals who may become a public charge through the use of welfare and public benefits. Processing has already been halted for immigrants from Brazil, Iran, Russia, and Somalia, with additional countries expected to be included. The department confirmed that the pause applies only to immigrant visas, while non-immigrant visas, including tourist and business travel, will continue. Consular officers have been instructed to stop processing affected applications while immigration procedures are reviewed. The move is part of the administration's broader efforts to tighten immigration controls, citing national security and economic concerns, and follows earlier restrictions and expanded travel bans targeting several countries in recent months. And in more international news, President Donald Trump has told his national security team that any U.S. military action against Iran should deliver a swift, decisive blow to the regime and avoid a prolonged conflict, according to U.S. officials familiar with the discussions. However, advisors have so far been unable to guarantee that such an action would lead to a rapid collapse of Iran's leadership, raising concerns about escalation and retaliation. Trump has repeatedly signaled readiness to support Iranian protesters and warned of consequences if executions or violent crackdowns continue, but he has held off on immediate military strikes while monitoring developments and reviewing options. In remarks this week, the president said he was informed that Iran's government had stopped killing anti-government protesters and halted plans for executions, though he acknowledged uncertainty and said the situation would be watched closely before any action is taken. A recent poll shows widespread public opposition to U.S. military involvement in Iran, with a majority of voters favoring congressional approval for such action. No formal decision on military intervention has been announced as debate continues within the administration. And finally, on the international scene, a U.S. federal agent shot a man in the leg during an enforcement operation in Minneapolis on Wednesday evening, officials said. The man, identified by the Department of Homeland Security as a Venezuelan national, was shot during an attempted arrest after he fled a traffic stop and resisted arrest, according to authorities. Following the incident, hundreds of protesters gathered near the scene in North Minneapolis, where clashes with law enforcement continued into the night. Local leaders have called for calm amid rising tensions over federal immigration enforcement. And that's it for international news. We'll be right back with sports. And first up in sports news, 2 matches were contested in the Sports Division Secondary Schools Netball Championship at Benjamin's Park in Portsmouth on Tuesday. In the Under-16 Division, Portsmouth Secondary School A team secured a convincing victory over Portsmouth Secondary School B team, winning 23-10. Scoring for Portsmouth Secondary A, Jecoliah Benjamin scored 17 of 24 attempts, and Cindy Gurr 6 of 10 attempts. Scoring for Portsmouth Secondary School B, Simran Sharma 5 of 10 attempts, and Sonina Morand 5 of 10 attempts. And in the Under-20 Division, Dominica State College B team defeated Portsmouth Secondary School by 52 goals to 21. Scoring for Dominica State College B, Monique Edwards 29 of 46 attempts, Kenya John 23 of 34 attempts. And scoring for Portsmouth Secondary School, Stacey Henry had 11 of 15 attempts, Jecoliah Benjamin 6 of 16 attempts, Shanita Casey 4 of 8 attempts. In more sports news, the Windward's Women's T20 Championship 2026 has come to an end, with Grenada finishing as undefeated champions. The tournament featured exciting matches, standout performances, and favorable playing conditions throughout the week. At the award ceremony, selectors also announced the 14-member Windward Island squad for next week's T20 Blaze competition. Those selected are Zayda James, Afi Fletcher, Holly Charles, Karina Noel, Chanel Mackey, Nerissa Crafton, Ashlyn Edwards, Selena Ross, Abini Seja, Anisha Fontaine, Edith Gasper, Janelia Glasgow, Emaya Gilbert, and Jada Tyrell. Organizers expressed appreciation to all players, officials, supporters, and stakeholders for contributing to a successful tournament, while reaffirming their commitment to the continued development of women's cricket. Once again, congratulations to the awardees and the West Indies Cricket Board Women's T20 Champions, Grenada. Congratulations are also in order for all the Dominicans selected to participate in next week's games. And finally, two of St. Lucian's young boxing champions, Hervé Chaliman and Daniel Martin, will undergo advanced training in Guadeloupe after receiving scholarships to a 3-month immersion program at the Centre de Ressources d'Expertise et de Performance Sportive. Both are scheduled to depart on Sunday, January 11th. The welterweights have excelled regionally, with Chaliman earning St. Lucia's first international boxing medal at the 2023 CAC School Games, while Martin is a 2-time OECS gold medalist. The St. Lucia Boxing Association says the opportunity marks a major milestone for the athletes and the continued growth of boxing in the country, providing exposure to elite training, coaching, and international standards. And that's all in sports news this evening. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service. And this has been EmoNews Nightly Package for January 15th, 2026. I am your presenter, Anna Benjamin. Do have a lovely evening.